Are you a homeowner in Florida looking to switch to solar? There has never been a better time to go solar than right now. And in this episode, I interview an industry leader in this space in Florida. His name is Nicolas Montero, and he helps his customers in Florida save money, save an incredible amount of money by switching to solar. So if you're ready to hear all the benefits of switching to solar, then make sure you stay tuned to this incredible episode. Nicolas, do you mind telling us about Green Energy Solar and what you guys do?
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. Green Energy Solar is a solar company. Basically, what we do is we sell and install solar panels. Our purpose or mission is to make sure our homeowners are happy, make sure they save money, and protect the environment.
Yeah, definitely. And where are you guys located?
Port St. Lucie.
And so you guys are in Florida right now. Are you guys looking to expand in the future, looking to stay in your area in Florida?
Yes, at the moment, we actually install in the whole state. So we do cover the whole state. It's just that our office is in Port St. Lucie. We also have a second office in West Palm Beach, by the way. We do plan to expand out of state, but that's for the future. In the meantime, we're focusing on Florida right now.
Definitely. And what is your biggest draw that brought you into wanting to start installing solar in Florida for homeowners?
I was attracted to the idea of being part of what I think is a movement towards green energy and sustainable renewable energy. And I think that was the first element that made me consider going into solar. Just the fact that I've always been attracted to technology. And obviously, I remember just seeing an electric bill in my house and it was way high. I saw a few houses with solar panels and I thought it was a great idea. And I just started doing it. I got a job at a company and I started as a sales rep. And that was many years ago. And now we're independent.
Nice. And so do you have a business partner that you work with, that you founded the company with, or is it just you?
It's just me. I founded the company by myself. Yeah.
Very cool. And how many installations have you guys done so far?
Over 300.
That's awesome. And so when you help homeowners get solar, what is some feedback from clients? Like, what are some of the things that they say?
They're usually very happy. We really strive to making sure that our customers are happy with our service. The first thing they say is they're very happy that they're saving so much money, which is always great to hear. And we have great feedback. If you search us online and you look at our reviews, for example, you will see testimonials from people that are very happy. And there's also even videos online about real homeowners that we have done business with that rave about us and they feel very happy with their system. And that is a great sense of pride for us as a company because that's what's important to us. Making sure that our customers are happy, that they're saving money, and that the solar meets their expectations in regards to what they wanted, right? When they decided to purchase the system.
Definitely. And what sets you guys apart from other solar installers out there?
That's a great question. I would probably have to say the quality of people and the quality of the customer service. You really make sure to stay connected to our homeowners, even after installations. If they have any questions, they can just call us on the phone. We're happy to connect with them and answer all the questions that they have. To be honest with you, once we sell the solar panels, homeowners rarely call us back. Sometimes they'll call, but it'll be for minor things. But I would say our customer service is what truly sets us apart.
That's great. So are you originally from Florida? Is that why you started in Florida? Or did you move to Florida for a business opportunity? You saw Florida as the sunshine state, so you were like, hey, let's do that in Florida. What led you to start in Florida?
I lived in Florida by the time I made the decision to get into the business. So I never really had to move in that sense. I am, though, Dominican. I'm from Dominican Republic. So I moved to the States in the year 2012. But really, the solar career, if I may say, began many years later, while I was already living in Florida for about 5 years.
And so you saw the opportunity in solar. You thought, oh, this is really great. You wanted to save some money on solar yourself, so you probably had it installed as well. What else led you in this direction? Tell us more about your background.
What led me into this direction and my background? For the first part of your question, I'll say that I just feel the world is moving towards sustainability, right? When you consider the increase in the price of oil and the instability in the price of oil, when you consider the conflicts that happened over the course of years, and I'm talking about wars now, right now with the war in Ukraine, for example, these are events that really destabilize economies globally. And this really pushed me towards solar because it just becomes an integral solution for people that really want to save money, for people that want to have clarity in regards to their finances. So I would say that's the first part of my answer to your question, right? Just the way the world is going, it just seems that solar panels are needed more and more, and each time there's even more benefit. especially when you consider the inflation that we're having globally and the constant increase in gas prices, of course, for people that use electric cars. So these are all things that affect people a lot financially, and solar is just a solution to those problems. And so that's one of the things that really brought me into this. For the second part of your question in regards to where I'm from and my origins, as I mentioned, I was born in the Dominican Republic. I went to college and I have a bachelor's in business management. I decided to come to America looking for the American dream, and we're still working on it, but I'm happy to. And that's really how I came to America. If you want to know more about my background, but when I came to America, I started working in a restaurant, and I worked in a restaurant for 3 years. I was a restaurant manager. In my early 20s, I went into other careers. I used to work in Carnival Cruise. I also worked in a construction company. So I did a few things before I got into solar.
Yeah, definitely. And we all have our winding roads to where we come to where we are, for sure. And where do you kind of see the future of the solar industry in Florida going in the next couple of years?
The expectation is for the market for solar to continue growing. The more time passes, the more people become aware of the technology, and the word of mouth really spreads. People that have solar go around telling their friends that they're saving so much money, etc. And so that really helps. There's also a culture shift. We live in an era, again, where sustainability is a big issue. A lot of people are concerned with global warming or concerned about their finances, as I mentioned before. So based on all these elements, I would say that solar is only going to continue growing for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. What led you to do residential solar versus commercial or industrial size solar?
Well, honestly, we do residential and commercial. It's just that most of our business is residential, but we do have the ability to do commercial. It's just one of those things where residential solar just sells more for now, but it's really the same concept. If you have a business and you want to save money, you can install solar panels, just like in a house. But for whatever reason, it's just more common for people still to place them on their homes. But yeah, we do both.
There you go. That's perfect. And do you guys also offer storage solutions as well, or do you have partners that do storage solutions for solar?
If what you're making reference to is batteries, yes. We sell batteries too. Batteries are different than solar, and a lot of people don't know this, right? So basically, when it comes to solar, the big advantage of solar is that you're going to save a lot of money compared to what you're paying the utility company, and you're helping the environment, right? That's it. Now, the purpose of a battery is different. A battery is more of a different item. Batteries are for outages or blackouts. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if there's an outage, solar or no solar, you don't have power, right? Again, solar will help you save money and help the environment. You're definitely going to save, but in the case of a blackout, your house will not have power because the way the solar technology works, it's always connected to the grid. So batteries an extra, right? If you want a battery, it's fine, it's great. We have those too. And what we do is we connect the solar and the battery together, and they have a symbiotic relationship where solar works the whole day. If there's a blackout, the battery comes in immediately. Now, the big advantage of having solar and battery is that during a blackout, you don't have to go to the gas station to get gas. You don't have to really use any fuel to power it. Every single day, the sun shines, it comes into contact with the solar. The solar panels charge the batteries, and the batteries run your house. The next day, the process starts over again. The sun comes out, charges your solar, charges your batteries, and it goes on. And that's a big advantage of having both together. Let's say a hurricane comes, right? And let's say you don't have power for 3 days. Let's also say you do have a solar system and you also have a battery system integrated to your solar. So what's going to happen is that during the day, the sun is going to come into contact with the solar panel. Your solar panels are going to send that power into an inverter and also into a battery. So what ends up happening is that your batteries are charging during the day and your house has power. During the night, you run your house from the power on your batteries. The next day, the process starts over again. The sun comes out, it starts coming into contact with the solar panels, the solar starts charging the batteries. So in theory, basically, you have indefinite power. It doesn't matter if the blackout goes on for a week. You will always have power if you have solar and batteries at the same time because of this.
But in normal situations, when everybody else does have power, it's not during a blackout, you're not running through the battery pack in the inverter.
No, the battery is just standing there waiting for an emergency.
Gotcha. And what are your goals for Green Energy Solar for the next 6 months or so?
Just continue to grow. We are doing really well. A lot of sales, a lot of installations. And our short-term goal is just to grow and continue to satisfy our customers and making sure they're happy.
Yeah, definitely. What are some of your most asked questions that you get from prospective clients?
Most asked questions, how am I going to save money, is a big one. People have a notion of the fact that they're going to save, but they don't really know how. So that's a very popular question. I'm happy to give you the answer if you want. You want me to give you the answer?
Yes, please do.
So when it comes to solar, people really save in three ways. Many years ago when I started, in order to acquire a solar panel system, you needed a down payment, right? Which was usually very significant. It could be 5-8 grand or whatever. Since a few years back, we have this new program that really helps homeowners acquire the solar. So there's three main ways you save money when you go solar. The first way is that there's no down payment, and we have the ability to provide you with an installation that's basically free. That means we do the design for free. We transport the solar to your home for free. We install it and we activate it on your roof for only 30 to 90 days after the solar is already on your roof. Do you make your first monthly solar payment? Now, the good news is that by this point, you're essentially eliminating the higher utility bill you're paying, and you're substituting it for a much lower solar bill. So this is the first way you save money when you go solar. The second way you save money is that the monthly solar payment is fixed or frozen. This means it never goes up. It also means you're protected from inflation. So basically, for a regular homeowner during the summer month, usually your utility bill goes up by maybe $100, $150. It really depends on the house, right? A big advantage of solar, again, is that monthly payment you're making is not only going to be lower, but it's going to be frozen. It's not going to go up, and it's going to power your whole house. That's the second way you save money with solar. The third way you save money with solar is that it's a temporary payment. That means you only make monthly payments until you pay your equipment off. Once you pay your equipment off, you pay no more and you have free electricity for your house. So those are the three main ways you save money when going solar.
That's awesome. And for the installation times, I got solar installed on my previous home, and then we suddenly had to move, and it ended up being a whole fiasco. But how long does it usually take for, because a lot of this has to do with like government bureaucracy, how long does it usually take for homeowners to get them installed on their home and then them actually be turned on?
How long does it take to turn on the system after installation?
Get it connected to the grid and all of that.
Yes. As an average, 2 or 3 months, but it really depends on the city. Because what happens is once you go solar, it's not only between, let's say in the case of green energy, it's not only between green energy and the homeowner. There are other parties involved. There's a utility company which is involved because we need to change your meter for a bidirectional meter. And the city's also involved. And the building department needs to visit the house. The utility company will also be visiting the house. So we don't have full control on the timeline, and it may vary. And we can't speak for the city or the utility company as to how fast they're going to do things. What I can tell you is that the average time is about 3 months.
Right, definitely. And do you see that hopefully changing in the future, that timeline going down or in decreasing, or do you see it just increasing with the increasing amount of solar panels people are installing? What do you see?
I would hope so, that timeline decreases, but I'm not sure that it will, to be honest with you. It's just out of our hands, but we work with what we have, and our homeowners are usually very understanding, especially because really there's no payments until the solar's on the roof. So homeowners really don't mind, to be honest. As long as you provide all the information to the client, they're happy. And that's what we do. We provide all the information necessary so they have the right expectations.
Definitely. And I'd love to ask this question just because I get a lot of very different responses. And as entrepreneurs, we're learning different things. So I'd love to ask you, what are you currently learning right now?
I'm always learning, to be honest with you. Every time there's a advancement technology-wise when it comes to the solar panels, I'm always on top of it. I'm actually going to visit the SolarCon in Utah now in April. I'm going to be there for a couple of days. It's the biggest solar convention in the country. It's done once a year and the whole industry meets there, and I'm happy to participate. So these are just little things that I'm always doing to improve the company, improve our installers, and provide a better service for our homeowners.
Yeah, definitely. And do you see any major changes happening with solar panel technology coming in the next couple of years? Because I know for a while it was steadily going down really fast. There was like an exponential decline in like the price and the efficiency of solar and all of that until it underwent the price of that coal could do for price per watt and everything like that, which was really great. Do you see any more advancements and greater efficiency in the future? Like, what do you see?
I will say this, we have passed the inflection point in regards to the convenience of solar for homeowners relevant to how much money they're paying. What I mean to say by that is it's never been a better time to go solar. With how high utility bills are going, like in my area, for example, our utility company increased rates 30% all of a sudden, a little less than a year ago. It's the best time to go solar. When it comes to advancements, and the technology is always advancing, right? even though it may advance slowly sometimes. A lot of people don't know, but solar's been around since the 50s. So you can go on Google and search, and you will find solar panels that were installed in 1950. So the technology has been around for a long time. It's just that every year, little by little, it gets a little better. So there's no expectations for a big outbreak soon, right? So it's little advancements in the technology. But the important thing is it's gotten to the point where now it's feasible economically for people to acquire solar panels. And that is why you're seeing so many solar panels all of a sudden in so many houses. Whereas the technology existed 10 years ago or 20 years, it was too expensive. Right now, it's not expensive anymore. It's very accessible to people price-wise. And there's also tax credits from the government that help. And there's no down payments too. So all these advantages combine to make it a great time to go solar.
That's great. And what is any tip that you would provide anybody who might be looking to grow their green business or start their own solar installation company? What is just one business tip that you might have for any ecopreneur listening here on the show?
I would say be disciplined, work hard to learn always. Those three things are very important. And have a goal in mind, a mission in mind. What exactly do you want to do? What motivates you? What's going to be the goal of your company? These are all important things. But yeah, discipline, hard work, and always learning are very important. I would put them at the top.
And if anybody wants to reach out to you, get in touch with you, find out more about you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So you can visit our website, www.greenenergysolar.net, for more information about the company. If anybody wants to reach out for a free quote, a free consultation, you're free to do so, and you can call the following number, 772-209-0602. That's 772-209-0602. And one of our agents is happy to help you save money.
Definitely. That's great. Thank you so much, Nicolas, for coming on to the show. It's been really awesome having you on Green Business Impact, be able to talk about what you guys do at Green Energy Solar and being able to provide solar to your local community there in Florida. So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, Billy.
And I hope you enjoyed this interview with Nicolas Montero, who is helping homeowners switch to solar and save an incredible amount of money on their energy bill. But not all of us own our home. Some of us are just renting, but still want to get into solar and have some of those benefits. Well, then I invite you to check out this interview with Aviv from Solar Simplified. They provide people a way to get some of those benefits of solar, even if they don't own their own roof. So make sure you check out this interview with Solar Simplified.